Right, you go first. Right?
This is Stephen McQuillan.
And this is Lewis Pearson, and this is
FSMRX.
Okay guys, we're back. Lewis's phone was going off, so we had to go and address that, unfortunately. Fucking how professional.
I know. That's the problem, he's a busy man.
We're moving on, we're coming back to Ollie Clothing in a sec, but you've got a big competition,
yes,
Steve, coming up.
The Revolution.
Yep. It's second year?
Second year, yeah.
Second year going, and you have, was it 50 male athletes?
We have 50 male RX athletes,
yeah.
We have 30 female, 10 masters, male, female. We have vets, we have teens with the first big competition. But last year we were the first competition with online qualifying and a full workout. This year obviously we have that again.
Yeah.
I think as far as I'm aware we're the first with teens coming in. So it's pretty exciting.
Oh, brilliant. And I know there's a video online, and it's kind of it was a very well done video of like the competition, how it gone, and you were the full. As far as I know, now I could be wrong. You were the first ever competition on to use a pool.
Yes. In
a workout.
Yep.
And I know a few people have kind of tried to mimic that, and not obviously because it's going to happen eventually. Yeah. But you're very pool dominated in your training. You have the swimming RX
sessions, yes, RX swimming.
Yeah. And how have you found that that's impacting your athletes and just your general members? Are you finding it that they like it, or?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's a nice difference. I mean, if you, obviously CrossFit is constantly varying. And
yeah.
If you look at the games the last couple of years, we always have pool workouts. In terms of rehab, you know, we got people like Lewis, knee problems. We have older athletes. We have athletes up to 65 as our oldest. So. Yeah. You know, we get in, we swim, not have an impact, being able to rehab in the pool, being able to do, you know, we bring med balls, dumbbells on poolside, body weight stuff, so it's a really nice way to get a good energy system workout without ever hurting ourselves, having too much impact. And then again, it's just a nice, we do it every Thursday, so our Thursday is our recovery skills day. It's a nice alternative. I mean, guys will go to the box instead, mobilise and do whatever. Some guys will do both, and people will turn up. And then obviously we have RX is also sponsoring the Revolution this year. Yeah. So we have a lot of athletes who are competing, who have competed last year, who are just trying to work their pool game, so to speak.
And that's a big thing now, because as you said, like the CrossFit Games for the last 4 or 5 years have had pool events or a water event. And you remember, like, I think it was Rob Orlando was one of the people he had to pull out. People physically couldn't do, they couldn't swim. Yeah. So if you're into competing in functional fitness events and CrossFit, you're gonna have to swim.
You've got to be well rounded, like
that is the problem. Yeah, and you know we have Hillary, we have Emma, we have some top level athletes, Chris. And the reality is that if they make it to the games, which is obviously all their aim, they will at some point have to do a pool workout. And the reality is that eventually it could come to regionals. It's very simple to put in a portable tank in a stadium, and that is the way regionals go. We're looking at stadiums, and audiences are getting bigger. There's more money going into it. We had treadmills last year. It would be very simple to, for example, put in a 20-meter tank, get a pool workout going on. That's not inconceivable. So in that sense, for a competitive athlete, it makes sense to work on it as well. And we do have sessions on in Dublin as well with Connor Hillock. He's a coach in CrossFit Perpetua. So he's running that side of things down there. One of our sponsors, we try to keep sponsors local, so obviously we have Lewis sponsoring the t-shirts for Ollie Clothing. Yes. We have Kevin with Alpha Strength Equipment. He is making us a freestanding rig, so similar to the Electric one for the RX'd throwdown. It doesn't have to be bolted down, it's going to just freestand. It looks like we should have access to putting that on poolside for the pool workout, so
very nice. Very
I'm sure everyone can see where that's going. So really, you know, we have this rig that we can take anywhere in the country, and we would like to bring RX swimming to the different provinces. The RX'd throwdown, obviously, we'll have a pool workout next year, and we'd like to try and progress that. You know, swimming's important. It's a great fitness system in general. It's a great workout, and I think it's something that should be incorporated where possible into CrossFit.
There's 2 points. Like, what I see is for athletes now, it's kind of like, oh, well, I'll just go and I'll get it done. But the impact that's going to have on you an event, going in, oh well, I can run and I can lift and I can do gymnastics. You're still going to be shattered going into that because your body just is not used to it. You do have to put swimming in your program.
Yeah.
And even with proving grounds, now I never did it because I'm not competing, but proving grounds has swimming in at least every second week. That I was meant to go to a pool and swim.
Yeah, exactly. And this has it pretty much on a weekly basis.
Aaron, if you're watching it, yeah, I just
but that's the reality.
I wrote it.
If you look at the games workouts, the swimming is, you're doing 25 yards, 3 muscle-ups, 25 yards. The swimming is almost a recovery. Muscle-ups aren't an aspect for them, but if you're looking at burpees and thrusters on the beach, your swimming really is a recovery, and if you're having to work that swim and be less efficient, you will not recover.
But that's it. You say like muscle-ups, like muscle-ups now are not.
It's nothing taxing.
It's nothing. But I remember like it was 15 minutes. Pat Sherwood did 30 muscle-ups for time, and that was an amazing. That was like, oh my god! He kept. There was no such thing as skipping muscle-ups. It was you do a muscle-up, you drop down, you start again because you didn't do it.
Yeah, what didn't exist.
And now it's like unbroken.
Yeah.
So if you think that you can get away with swimming,
without
and just get through it, and hopefully it won't affect you going into everything else.
It will.
You're like even at the Filthy 150, you've seen guys go mental on a rower and then could not lift up an 80 kilo clean.
Yeah,
hamstrings gone because they rode wrong.
Yeah.
But the other point that I kind of want to touch on is with your swimming. Like I know, like I was a swimming instructor. Not that I could swim, but I was a swim instructor, and anyway, it's amazing that they'll give people certs for anything. But when it comes to kids swimming, like you've got parents like hand over fist trying to get their kids into swimming lessons, and I know it should be the same up the north, but down here, like every 6 to 8 weeks in the gym up the road, there is queues out the door, and if you want to give out about your spot, they'll just pull the next person up.
Yeah.
So if you're getting kids swimming and then into functional movement like lifting, like
very nice balance.
The balance, and then what's going to happen to them in their teens when they branch out into bigger sports, if they don't become a CrossFitter or they want to go into lifting or they play football or soccer or just they're swimming. Have you found that this has impacted people's swimming performance?
Yes. Well, I mean, even we do strength and conditioning for swimmers now. Some of them are very, very elite and do just strength and conditioning specific to swimming. We have other swimmers who really enjoy the CrossFit and who do our actual CrossFit program, and it both work very well. Obviously, the older, the more specialised they get, the more they would steer towards the strength and conditioning side. But what we also find is that all of our best athletes happen to be swimmers, ex-swimmers. That engine that you build, that ability to do a 45 to 60 minute threshold session, just working the anaerobics, sticking on that threshold, it transfers very well. We know without thinking where we're at, kind of physically, we know when we have to stop, we know to stop before we really need to. That kind of breathing before we need to, and breathing's one of the big things. We were chatting about pacing on the way down and trying to pace a workout. We tend to try and avoid looking at the clock. Obviously in swimming we go off the pace clock, but everything in swimming is based around breathing. So what we try and coach at the box is, why would you take a rest interval on the clock? Why would you look at the clock when you can breathe? If you're stuck, set the bar down, take 3 breaths and go again, and you'll massively cut out time in your WODs. And if you try and kind of work that aspect of swimming into your WOD environment, it really, really helps. And it does transfer over your body awareness. And again, swimming is the same as functional movement. We work core to extremity when you try and kind of transfer that over. And we do a lot of the pull workout stuff on RX swimming. And it's one of the easy ways to describe it is we want to come close. We want to keep our muscles in our arms, in our body. It is essentially a muscle up. And if you can get your head around that, swimming's very easy. And if you can get your head around the swimming, well then a muscle up is also very easy. One of the big things you're trying to teach is to get your elbow over your hand, which is exactly what you're trying to get into your muscle up in that kip. And it's a really easy way with our swimmers. We can say, oh yeah, do butterfly, get your elbow up, and they will hit a muscle up. But you can't do that with a normal athlete. Whereas when you take them into the pool and you kind of get them catching the water, you can say, you're kipping, but you're dropping your elbow. Try to swim, and they'll get over. And it really does work. It kind of, everything is related. I mean, that's how we move. We want to move as best we can.
But
it transfers very well.
But given the nature, like Europe, especially Britain and Northern Ireland and Ireland, they're just lagging behind the likes of America. Obviously they will be, but people need to see now that if you're looking to develop in CrossFit, if you're looking to get up that top level, you need to be putting pool sessions in. Like you won't be able to go to those top competitions because swimming will be a huge part of it. It's said 2 years. I'd say every major competition will have some form of swimming aspect or aerobic, even if it's just in a pool and you're doing like what was the workout last year, was in and outs and then
in and outs, just
but getting uncomfortable in water, like it's not this, because it's hypoxic, it's got the hypoxic nature of it, like you're working and you might not be able to get oxygen in at that time, and it's being able to be, it's smart enough to relax, be right, I'll take a breath here, you know, get my pull in, and it's being uncomfortable in the water, and then that transfers into CrossFit. Like you're coming to the end of the workout, you're like, oh, I'll set the bar down, or do you have it in your head because you're in the pool? You know you can suffer and you've got that oxygen deficit. You'll just go for it and you'll just suffer after you. Once you've got it done, it's done. You know, so it's that nature, and if you're looking to go further than like the level at the minute in Northern Ireland, like you need to be pushing pool workouts and really getting outside the gym to really build your foundation of fitness, like, and that's what we're seeing big time, like.
And a lot of the top athletes are almost running from it. You know? And the reality is that the Revolution is essentially the biggest northern based competition in the north. The Irish Throwdown is by and large the biggest competition in Ireland from the south, and it's also held in the north. It is in Lisburn, it is confirmed. There will be another pool workout. If you want to win, you need to swim.
You gotta get into the pool.
Now's your time, get on it. And we have a really good team in RX'd as well. I mean, obviously I coach Connor. Connor worked for Swim Ireland. He was fairly high level swimmer. Cara McCabe is a doctor. She's got a doctorate in advanced biomechanics. So she's worked with Olympic gold medalists in Australia, helped develop a lot of software for them. It's a pretty awesome team to be a part of.
And one thing we're seeing is swimming, it uses the same training principles like you'll see in any other sport, but you gotta have a coach, especially with experience, because it's not something you can go in and just because you're pulling hard in the water doesn't mean you're going fast. Like I know working with Steve, I only learned to swim 2 years ago, and ever since I've worked with Steve, like I'm cutting my times out, I'm just becoming more efficient in the pool. Like I'm learning to recover in the pool as well, which is a big thing, because like I was going in and I was like, just because you're going in and hitting your 40 lengths doesn't mean you're getting better at swimming. You know, you gotta get your technique in, you gotta really manipulate the training systems and the energy systems in swimming, and you need a coach to do that. Like,
but that's exactly, it is just like that. I actually believe, I wholeheartedly believe that running is the exact same principle. That you need a running coach.
You can instantly spot someone who's been trained to run and someone who hasn't.
And with swimming, like again, I worked in a normal gym where we swimming lessons run all day. Everyone's getting swimming lessons, because you don't just go into a pool and hope for the best. Because obviously you could drown. I think that's the exact same way when it comes to Olympic lifting. How many guys? I was one of them. CrossFit main side. Oh, let's snatch. Watch Casey Bergener. Okay. Heavy lifter. No. You need a coach, and even to the extent you need, I think this country, probably the world, needs to be educated and coached in nutrition. And you get it, and it's just kind of I can swim, I can breaststroke. I was like, but you're gonna compete. You want to compete with the best in the country. You got to do what the best in the country. And as you said, people are trying to shy away from it. I don't. If it doesn't come up, I said, but whatever doesn't come up, then it does come up, and you're going to get cut out, and then that's you gone, and then everyone else is ahead of you. So for guys that you said there's one of the lads from Perpetua.
Conor Hillock.
So if any of the guys like kind of down south that are interested in kind of what you guys are doing, they can either contact you or contact Conor.
You can get in touch with the Facebook page, and we're all admins on the page, so we'll all receive it, or you can contact Conor directly and he can sort out programs.
So if you're going to the Irish Throwdown, you definitely need to hook up with the guys that are running these competitions are the guys that are programming. So obviously you need to learn from these guys if you're doing it. So if you want to be, and as you said, like if you want to go to the regionals,
it will crop up.
If you want to go to the regionals, it's because you want to go to the games. You have to be able to swim there.
No one goes to the regionals that isn't effectively a full-time athlete, and no one becomes a full-time athlete to stop at regionals. That's the reality. Someone doesn't wake up and go,
it's all
dream of
I came 37. Hey, no.
You want to go to the games.
You're pissed off you didn't come 36.
You want to feature in the games. And you look at those top swimmers, you look at the Invictus program, like how many posts does Lauren Fisher do a year about her swimming? They're always in, they're always at it, they're always improving. And that's the reality. We competitive CrossFitters, we are athletes, we are very adaptable athletes. You can learn to swim very easily, very efficiently, without having to put crazy hours into it, you're not going to break
But
a record.
you do need a
But
coach.
you can move, but you do have to address it.
Yeah.
You know.
And I asked this question to a lot of guys, especially like owners and coaches and stuff, and guys that have competed in sports. Like, we are lagging behind in Europe.
Yeah,
Yes,
big time.
huge.
100%. And I've asked, and people say, I don't believe it's our population. We have a small population. I think that's a cop out.
Yeah.
The best concept, or the best kind of opinion I've had on it, is that we like to train hard, but we also like to party hard. We don't want to we like to do it all. But then when you talk to the best of the best, their lifestyle is literally, and you said it earlier, it's
eating
24/7. I am an athlete, I have to do everything around that. And then we were saying about when we played sports, like when I played basketball, when you were swimming, how many hours a day on average? On average, I probably played about 4 hours of basketball per day, and I was average basketball player. And you were swimming, like, again,
4 hours minimum per day.
Minimum.
That's before gym.
Yeah, before doing everything, and that's a given, that's a standard. You don't think twice.
Yeah.
And then you got with CrossFit and people in Ireland, they need to be doing 4 hours. Now, obviously, it doesn't need to be 4 hours hell for leather, but it needs to be.
It needs to be constructive.
Yeah.
And that is the reality. Like, a lot of people would talk about overtraining and doing too much. And really, when you look at CrossFit in general, and our, 99% of the people in CrossFit are there for the health benefits.
Yeah.
When you look at those competitors, it's, a lot of people will say, oh, that's overtraining, or you haven't PB'd your plateauing because you've overtrained. Well, maybe it's the program, maybe it's what they're doing around the gym, maybe it's their job or a baby or whatever. But in reality, I think how many coaches have competed at a high level to know the training, or coached at a high level to know the demands. And really, if you're not putting in 4 hours per day in that kind of environment, you're not going to be at a world level. And it doesn't have to be crazily intensive, but it does have to be skills. And if you look at like my sessions in swimming, so you'd be hitting an energy system pretty hard, and then you maybe have a skills session. So for me, that would be starts and turns. In CrossFit, your skills are your technique under fatigue. So that is your muscle ups. That's going in and doing a second session. A lot of people say, oh, that's overtraining, but is it for what you want to do?
No, guys.
Should you not be able to recover? And the reality is it overtraining or is it under recovery? Because that's an entirely different topic. Are you doing everything that you can to recover, and going out for a pint is not one of those options?
Exactly, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not. But even like if you check out Lauren, the day in the life of Lauren Fisher, in our first session in the morning, and she swam as well,
I can see,
but the 21 strict handstand push-ups, 21, 15, 9, and then kipping. So that's 45, that's 80, 90 handstand push-ups in one workout. I think it was 90. Well, it was a lot of volume. Where a guy go, I did an EMOM of 10 minutes of 3 handstand push-ups every minute.
I can't do them for a week.
Nah. She, like, if you're not doing like 100, 150 repetitions, but that's what it takes. The sheer volume.
And we were saying, if you compare that to swimming, we were having this conversation on the way down. If I said to you as a coach, so your weakness would be, say, your pull-ups, right? So Monday we're going to do 500 pull-ups. And on Tuesday we're going to do 30 single weighted pull-ups, as heavy as you can go. And on Wednesday we're going to do 200 pull-ups with the band. And then on Thursday, it's your recovery day, you're going to take it off. Friday, you're going to do muscle-ups. You would go, my shoulders can't work. But if you look at an Olympic swimmer or a European level swimmer, which is regionals, that's essentially what we do in the pool on a daily basis, twice per day. So like you gotta figure it out. Is that too much? For most people, probably, but you would build to that. And if you want to go to regionals, you are at that level. And that's, you look at some of those Invictus programs. I don't always agree with people following those online programs, but you look at some of their sessions and they are crazily shoulder intensive. Here's an hour of handstand push-ups, push press, continuously for rounds. And some people would kind of cry away from that, but in reality, if your shoulders can't take that, you will not finish the last workout of a 2 to 3 day competition, because that is the reality of competing. You're going to do 9 WODs in a weekend, and can you stand up to that? Because if you're not going to, you don't belong there.
Exactly. It is. It's the volume, but as you said, like, it's not like when people think of, I'm going to do. It's like I'm gonna be an athlete, but I need a bigger squat, so I'm going to small off, and then I'm going to throw OPEX energy training after, and then I'm going to do 4 hours of yoga to get more recovery. Eric Thomas says you need 4 hours of sleep because he's the hip hop preacher and he can get up and hustle every day, and I can hustle like him, and I'm going to read books, I'm going to study, and I'm going to, again, if you're Irish, generally you're going to want to, I have to go out on Friday.
Of course, yes.
And if I'm in college, I have to go out on Tuesday because it's pound a drink. And it's just, you kind of that, it's like, no, as you said, you have to build up to that. You can't just go, right, I'm going to do the monster program and I have no background in what I do, and I don't have a coach that's able to support me. Like if our guys go, hey Steve, can I try this program? I said, yeah, well, we have to have a conversation about this program. Jack's about to finish the squat cycle, and after every heavy cycle he does, 2 weeks. Or what do we do for 2 weeks? I don't care. You come into the gym, you can mess about, do gymnastics, throw in a main class workout, but you're not allowed to go heavy at anything for 2 weeks. You still stay active, but you're not allowed to do it because I want to go straight. And then you get people that go do the massive, like anything like a big bench or a big deadlift program, and then next Monday they finish on a Friday. Next Monday they're like straight into competitors regional programs. Where's the rest? You can't go.
You get
24/7.
And that's it. You've got to look at programming, and I mean one of the big issues is, when we go to the level 1, this is general physical preparedness. This is how you program. That is not relevant to competitors, and that is not how you program, and that's not how you cycle. And you do have to have periodization. And I mean, where do you learn that from without going to level 2 and level 3 and everything else? And it is experience, and it's kind of common sense. And there's a lot of thought that goes into it, and a lot of athletes will simply go, I'll do the Invictus program, and then on top of that, sure, I'll do this barbell program that I found online, and the two will cancel each other out for sure.
But that's like when
they're not designed to be compatible.
Yeah, when they designed the Invictus program, it was designed for that.
Yeah.
He didn't go, well, actually, I could put a barbell program on that, because if he could have done that, probably would have done that, and gone, this is your new Invictus program, and we cover everything. But you can't hit, like you can't become a world class gymnast and then do Olympic lifting 24/7. As well, like you have to pick and choose and go from different sides and rotate. And yes, Rich Froning does whatever he wants every day. Jason Khalipa can do whatever he wants.
Where it works.
You're not when you're at that level and you've trained that hard. You can pick and choose. Like today, I'm gonna do this, and tomorrow I'm gonna do this. And but every day there is. I know they say they don't really have a structure, but they do have some sort of structure. They're like, right, I have to lift. Olympic lift 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, I'm Olympic lifting. Just depending on how I feel, depends on the load I'll do.
Big time.
Well, it's everyone's an individual, and like in terms of swimming, I don't wake up and go, hey, I'm a pretty good swimmer, I'm going to do what Michael Phelps does, because I want to go to the Olympics, because 1, it would kill a normal person, like running. This program will kill a normal person. And 2, it is in no way relevant to my strengths and weaknesses. And who's the program based for? Because it's not us.
Exactly.
And another thing is the loads. Like if you look at, say the workout was 80 kg Grace, I can do that. Should I do that? Possibly. I can get away with it, right? Am I working the energy system that person designed for his athlete? Horribly wrong for me, because that's probably my 50 kilo.
Because we actually had a guy who's like, oh yeah, there's a great Grace. Seen Rich Froning do 100 kilo Grace and Kolkloff do 100 kilo Grace. I want to do 100 kilo Grace. I go, how about you 70? And then do 80, and then do 90. You want to go, but I can clean and jerk 100 kilos easy. I was like, I know you can, but do it for 30 reps for time.
Exactly.
Different elevation.
And it is the energy system requirements. I mean, those programs are very well thought out, and that's why they are world class. But they're very well thought out for an individual. And it's the same thing. You can go to coaches here and get your monthly online programming, and that's realistically designed for their athlete. Is that based on your percentages? If they're really good, yes. If they're not, then it's not really for you.
The big part of it, given CrossFit, the competitive side is like on ESPN and it's on YouTube, and that's the, like, if you've been doing CrossFit, you know that's the 1% of the 1%. That's the guys who are going to go to that. But if you're your average Joe and you've done a bit of strength and conditioning, and you go on YouTube, you type in Rich Froning, he's going to be doing something ridiculous, and then you don't see the 5 years he put in prior to that. Like everybody who wants to make it, well, everybody who has been introduced to CrossFit, like who's pretty new to it, they'll just see, right, I want to go in and hit RX Isabel and I want to do it fast, But they don't see the 6th month, like build your mechanics, then add your intensity and stuff like that. They don't see building that foundation. And then they miss the enjoyment of the process of getting there, you know. And if you're showing up to training and you're not enjoying it every day, then what use is it to you? Like, you're not going to enjoy, or you're not going to do something you don't enjoy.
And that personally happened to me. I remember through lifting, I just got sick. I hated training.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pick up barbell. I did it because I felt I had to.
Yeah, yeah.
And I took a step back and I was like, right, what am I doing this for?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be.
You gotta ask yourself why.
There has to be a goal.
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to move more when I'm older. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy it the way I used to enjoy it. I used to enjoy CrossFit. Now I'm back. I love training.
Yeah.
I train on my own 90% of the time, but I'm loving it. There's days you don't want to go downstairs and do some stuff. But
it's like you gotta find what works for you. Like I had a big part of that was with my knee, and so I was just used to going heavy every day, and I was enjoying it. And then because of the injury, like I had to shy away from all this stuff, and like now I've got a newfound love of gymnastics and being in control of your body. Like anybody can go in and lift heavy, like just off natural strength. But if you can't go and do like a nice smooth muscle up or an effective handstand walk, like for me that was like, oh frig, I'm not even in control of my body here. So that's what I had to regress it back, and I shied away from heavy barbells and squats and deadlifts, and I really got in touch with the training, and I've enjoyed training this last 3 months more than ever, like just because you have to sit back and realise, right, is this going to be enjoyable for me? And because I went through the same thing, like I was showing up to training, going heavy, and if I wasn't leaving the gym busted, I was like, that wasn't effective. Yeah. But you gotta.
That's still a huge environment for so many people. Even our guy, like even the average CrossFitter. Yeah. Like we do a Thursday, like yourselves, we do a Thursday kind of rehab day, strength and conditioning day, very light, just movement. And they walk out and they're not sweating. It's like, I didn't really feel like doing something. Then Friday, like I'm actually quite sore. I said, because we're working everything you don't normally work.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. So we're going to wrap it up, guys, and so on the 30th of January 2016 the revolution is kicking off again. Northern Ireland's #1 competition set by a man that lives in Wicklow. That's okay. So guys can come along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check it
out.
There's a Facebook page and
the Facebook page. Yeah, it's the revolution.
We're gonna have links to it all in the blog below. So if you're not sure, just scroll down and you'll find all, or scroll up because the video is always at the bottom, and you'll find all the links to the Facebook page and all the events and how to get there. And then if you are up there, make sure you get Ollie Clothing top.
Pop by, say hello to the team. Yeah.
And guys, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you. Alright guys, check soon.
Check it out.
Done. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the show, head over to our YouTube channel, click the subscribe button, and you can get all the latest information from FSM, FSMRX'D, and our Q&A show, Coffee Topics. Follow us on Instagram, where you can find the daily goings on of all our members, coaches and athletes, and see what we're getting up to. And head over to Facebook, FSM Bray, give us a like and a share, leave a 5-star review, and you'll get all the latest information on our upcoming events and shows coming your way.